Welcome back, my kindred, to Canada by Night, a Vampire the Masquerade live play podcast. After the parade arrived at the Val Miller Family Protection Building, the coterie and the princess team entered the prepared interview room, which already hosted 3 Tzimisce bodyguards. The prince began his public address, and as a bodyguard passed the false shaft to Toastarosa, Everett gave the code word. In the ensuing chaos, Evangeline dove to retrieve her gun, and Val tore a zulo in half and hurled it, taking out another Tzimisce. But can the coterie face down a magazine of silver bullets trained on them? Find out now as you return to the world of darkness.
You all stand, having defeated a zulo, having defeated a second Tzimisce trying to become a zulo, facing off with the final bodyguard. But a bodyguard turning around with a gun is not quite as fast as people already with guns who are just continuing to shoot them. Evangeline.
Bang, 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 bang. Yes.
Let's open fire. All right, dexterity and firearms.
Okay. Can I rouse?
Yes, you can, of course.
I get hunger. All right.
Das Hunger.
Yeah. Oh!
Oh, Evangeline.
Oh,
6
wow.
successes.
Evangeline, she's been practicing.
Holy fuck!
She's going to the gun range.
Becomes 5 successes, which becomes a completely dead bodyguard.
Fuck yeah!
Is pumped full of rounds and falls to the ground dead, beginning to rapidly decompose, leaving a prince standing in the corner facing the 3 of you. There are no bodyguards left. You can hear pandemonium outside through the door, inside with sprinklers, the occasional gunshots and screams. But the 3 of you are staring at a prince who has no weapons and at this point raises his hands and says, "Hey, friends, let's just make a fucking deal."
Crossing the threshold of the room, I grab him by his hair and just drag him into the camera shot because we need this on camera kind of thing.
I think we can make a deal. I don't know why we're doing this. This is fine. You're my
Kick his
guy.
knees in behind him so he falls to his knees.
I gave you a crown.
Click,
I gave you a
click,
crown.
bang. And then just a couple more because he's a vampire and I don't know. Bang, bang.
No final words, no nothing. I love this. Fuck.
Holy shit.
Oh, fuck.
You can see the live broadcast on the TVs. We're going to return to real life speed. Is there anything any of you want to do?
Reload.
Right. You reload.
Yeah.
Like, we got to help the day crew now.
Evangeline
If there's
sees
anything
Everett
going on.
doing
Yeah.
that and does the same. Grabs the stakes out of the lights.
Let me
Yeah.
check on the day crew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
That's an important thing for us to
I know,
know.
we're ready. We're hypey.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear things start to go silent outside.
Everett to his radio, open channel. We're coming into the hallway. And he just says, fabric.
You hear a response back that says, "The sprinklers are still on, sir. I would wait. We lost 3 officers, but everyone else is down."
As in, it's over?
It's over in here, sir. You might want to turn on the volume, apparently, from the TV.
Just want to make sure this is intentional. That's the voice of Matthew Theobald calling me sir.
Jordy
Jordy
Boucher.
Boucher.
Jordy Boucher.
Jordy Boucher.
Jordy.
Sorry.
We love Jordy
Matthew
Boucher.
Theobald is more Parisian
You're right.
French.
You're right.
Jordy Boucher is a Quebecois and does what he needs for you.
Hell
Got
yeah,
it, got
Jordy.
it. My bad. Thank you.
One of your sergeants, sir.
Yes,
It's
I
me,
remember.
Jordy Boucher. In case you get confused about his French, I know you're American,
It was-
sir. We all sound alike to you, I know, sir.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, I mean, he's got me dead to rights. Cool, yeah. He says we should watch the TV. He says it's over. I'll go to a one of these like the screens, I guess, that are just playing everything back and see if there's volume to turn on.
And it turns on, and you hear Matthew Theobald, who is speaking directly to camera that you know is being broadcast outside, that you know everyone is seeing. And he's saying, I will repeat, Red Cell, we will pay you $50 million for you to walk away. Even more importantly, as you have seen, I've had the names of your sergeants and captains pulled, and they have been contacted because the deed for Torpor Springs, a vampire building that is surprisingly available as of this moment, has been paid out even further. The prince is dead, as we've told you, and as you have seen, all of the leaders of the clans of New Haven have stepped forward and raised their hands, showing that they have elected me the new prince of this area. So you can fight to the death, as you know. And as you know, I have, with my agents, removed your air superiorité. You have no helicopters. You have no reinforcements coming here. But we will allow you to leave, to go to Torpor Springs, to build your fortress, to hide where you will. This is over. And if I am correct, and you are doubting it up till now, watch the screens. He sits for a moment, and then it just cuts to the one shot of the prince.
Unity was on it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Unity was
ready
on-
to play.
That's why I'm like, they're just watching the end results. It's like, I can make a deal. I don't know why. You're my guy. You're my guy. You're my guy. Bang, 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 bang. Barty then comes on your radio and says, Sheriff, is there fucking anything you want to say to the people? Because we can cut to you live after this.
I don't like he off the radio for a second. He's like, I don't know if that's right.
Sheriff.
Endorse the prince. Endorse the new prince.
Right.
And
Okay.
say fucking thanks to the daytime shift.
Yeah.
I was going to say, and Evangeline, because you are the one who has this in mind, calm the fucking humans down. This has been a broadcast for vampires by vampires that 14,000 citizens are watching.
Yeah. Everyone is watching this. Just make sure they know that this was intentional. It's under your control now.
All right. And then to the radio, yeah, Bart, go ahead and cut over to me.
All right, you're going live in 3, 2, fuck it, it's now.
And Everett will be standing on the X, basically, where this camera has the middle of the frame, and he'll just say, "Attention, people of New Haven. What you just witnessed was a coordinated coup carried out by the sheriff's department with the cooperation of all the clan leaders of New Haven. We could not have done this without everyone's help. That includes everyone working the day shift who helped support us in this building. And we couldn't have done it without each and every one of the clan leaders' support. And I want you to know that the reason this happened is because New Haven, the experiment of New Haven, could not flourish or prosper under this tyrant. Someone who did not believe in what Cleopatra was trying to accomplish here. New Haven belongs to you now. All of you. Yes, we have a new prince, but we also have a new form of local government. We will be forming a Senate where everyone will feel represented and everyone will have a voice. I'm sorry for the shocking things you've seen tonight. I'm sorry you were all dragged out of your homes for some display of vanity. For our part, it was done because we knew it would bring Toastarosa to us. But I am sorry for any harm this fight, this necessary fight, may have done to your lives or loved ones. This is an opportunity for New Haven to start over.
And the door to the room silently opens, and you see Matthew Theobald under an umbrella walk in and set it aside. Sheriff, if you don't mind.
Of course. I'll step step aside.
Yeah, Matthew Theobald will take the X standing among the department in this room that has been violently shot to hell with the lighting very dramatically off.
Yeah.
And he will say, "This is the end of the charade. I'm Matthew Theobald. I am a ghoul, not a vampire. I am half human, half not. I'm here with vampires knowing that humans will also be joining the leadership of this town. This is a time where you may all be fearful, mortals, where you may be uncomfortable, where you are not sure of your place here in this city. And that is why tonight, Red Cell is gone. I can confirm, we will show with footage. Other people will be available to tell you this. Red Cell has left. They have taken their equipment. They are currently leaving this town and they will not be returning. This is a safe place for you. This will remain a safe place for you and for us. There are enemies out there. This house has been cleaned. This house will prosper. We will deal with the outside enemies as we must. But for now, you are home. You are safe. The clan leaders will be returning to their quarters, to their various headquarters, to their various buildings. They will be available to you this night and on the nights to come. If you have question, if you have concern, approach them. Have those conversations. Discuss the things that you need. I will not be personally available for some time because I have to deal with the consequences of this evening that have taken us forward. But you can use the feedback box that has been provided by Doris Francis Barbara during her time with us. Anything you leave there for me, I will have. I may show up from time to time in unexpected places, guaranteeing my safety and yours, at which point we can talk. There is no more need for secrecy in this town. We will be transparent. This was Cleopatra's dream before it became this strange nightmare upon her death. A nightmare none of us could have predicted, a nightmare none of us could have thought we would end up suffering through. It is a nightmare no longer. It is a dream once again. We will fight for that dream, because that is the choice that I have made with the sheriff, with the department. Some people say, long live the night. I say to them, sunset is nice, but so is daylight. I can appreciate both. Speak to whom you need to. Hug the ones you love. Prices were paid today, but we will not pay them again soon. I am your prince, Matthew Theobald, the Shadow King. And Unity just cuts the feed. You can see that it just goes to the New Haven logo.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good time to cut.
The shutters roll up. Matthew Theobald walks over and just pulls down the curtains that are covering the window. So you can look out and see what he is saying is true. The vampires are dispersing. But more importantly, Red Cell is pulling out at fucking lightning speed because they are being shadowed along the street by the Bruja, by the Nosferatu, by everybody. There's no money in it. The money's in not being the fuck here.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what you see.
Sound like a great speech, both of you.
Yeah, that was, I think I really closed the deal there, Mr. Theobald.
I believe so, Sheriff. This is something that we have all done together. There is the uplifting that the mortals need, that people need to believe in terms of leadership, but we know there are still many a challenge that will fall on the shoulders of this department, so it is time for us to take, shall we say, the next steps into this bright future. Evangeline, did you tell them about our agreement?
They know the basics.
What?
Yes.
What agreement?
Sorry, I thought I told you I'm leaving.
I know, and I was going to talk to you about it.
Okay.
But, Clark, if you want to talk about it now, we're here, we're listening.
She looks to Matthew Theobald. Our prince is letting Teddy and I leave.
Oh.
I mean, he'll call us back, especially Teddy, if he needs help. But otherwise, we're going to be set up to do, that plan we had before, blood bank thing,
This feels like there is certain truths not being stated, and I believe in transparency, especially at the beginnings and ends of things. Teddy, the husband, has successfully turned himself into a vampire using the blood of Rufus Cross. I don't wish for you, Val Miller, to have to deal with the implication that this would require.
Yeah.
Bringing Teddy back to this town would, to be quite frank, require him to have a sire for us to not have to kill him.
That's true, yeah.
The favor that would require, the ongoing leverage that would provide to any bruja in this city. They would own the department, they would own me, they would own anyone.
It makes sense.
Evangeline does not want to be here. Deep in her core, she does not want to be an officer of the law. She does not want to be a vampire. She never wanted to be in this town, and she did it for Teddy. We could continue to force her to do a job she does not want to do, to deal with the Camarilla laws that she does not want to follow, nor does she believe ultimately are right. And if we were to force her to break herself over this punishing existence of ours, it would also require you to become the sire of Teddy. You would take on full legal responsibility. You would have to deal with the entire emotional history that is attached to. It would put Will in great danger of having an untrained and inexperienced bruja around him.
Yeah. No, you've thought of all the angles. I'm glad you're our prince now.
I appreciate that from you, Val Miller. We will have an extended relationship on the go, but at the same time, you have not said a single feeling, and I do not believe you are the non-emotional type. I believe you are stoic, but I believe they're, what do they say in English? Shallow rivers run deep, something along those lines. Do you know what the correct words is?
Still waters.
Still waters run deep.
Yeah, no, it's, I'd rather not have to fucking deal with all that.
Understood.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you.
No, you were right to not fucking tell me. Val is so hurt that it's one of those things where it's like when she gets into this place of being that beat up, there's no more left to kind of rouse up into being angry. So she's just sort of stoic and tired, but she'll nod at Evangeline.
To be clear, emotionally hurt or physically hurt?
Physically hurt. Yes. Physically hurt so that she's not as fiery as usual.
Got it.
Yeah, you won't have to worry about Teddy. It's like other than coming back, to help out the princes needed. We won't be around.
No, that's fine. I get it. You should be fucking careful. He's new bruja. He's gonna be pretty fucking strong.
Yeah.
So just watch out for each other. And I get that you didn't want to be here from the get-go.
Yeah.
So I hope you can figure all that out.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, thank you for whatever guidance and friendship you provided, while I was in this horrendous situation.
Yeah,
so, thanks.
You're welcome. You picked up guns really good, and I hope that you can find a place better than the sheriff's department to do whatever you're looking to do.
Yeah. Thanks. And, that's...
Clark.
Yeah.
You said we weren't friends before, but we can be friends from now on.
Yeah?
Yeah, fucking fine. Take care. I don't want to deal with Teddy, but I don't want anything bad to happen to him either.
Okay. And she just... Okay, fucking fine.
Exactly.
Evangeline and Teddy will remain within the borders of Canada, so cell phone calls, texts, information exchange. She'll only be summoned back, she or Teddy, in times of direst need. A surprise That will be at my express decision to summon and use. But she will be safe. You will be able to check in to confirm that she is safe, to ensure that I can be trusted in these kinds of things. They will have their own mobile blood bank vehicle to travel around. I will make sure the certificates are in perfect form to make it all fully legal. They can draw the blood they need, help where they can, travel where they need. Their masks will be par excellence.
Thank you. Sincerely, Mike. Thank you.
You're welcome. I will give you a final moment to say au revoir to your sheriff, and I will speak with Valerie and the sheriff afterwards. Matthew Theobald withdraws as the sprinklers deactivate outside. They run out of liquid. He steps outside and closes the door.
Right. Evangeline will just turn to the sheriff. Say, Sheriff?
Clark,
Thanks. Kind of salutes to him.
I'm glad you're able to leave and walk away.
Thanks.
I know it's been phrased
It
like
sucked. Like the whole thing. Sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Sorry. Continue, please.
that's okay.
Try not to interrupt.
It might be your last chance to do it. I know the way we just spoke about these terms for you and Teddy are more about us calling on you. But I want you to know if the New Haven Sheriff's Department can help, if I can help, you just need to call. Works both ways.
Wow. Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind. I'm going to hope to not have to call.
I understand.
But appreciate it all the same.
Yeah. And hey, I mean, I hope you never see me again.
Likewise.
Yeah. I know I probably never showed it or said it properly, but I just looking at you, knowing what you came from and how this was for you, I just wanted you to be happy, and I felt like that was impossible, and I'm glad that maybe there's a chance for you and Ted and now. So I'm taking the chance to say it now. I never really properly showed it. I had to think about being your boss. And
I
all
mean,
that.
we had other things to deal with.
Yeah, we did.
Maybe under different circumstances.
I'm
we
glad.
could have been friendly.
I'm glad you have different circumstances.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head out. You two can have a chat.
Well, good luck, and please don't call on me.
Do my best.
Thanks. And, best of luck. Like, really, I mean, I hope it all works out. I do.
Appreciate it.
All right.
I'll just walk out into the hall.
Yeah. Evangeline, Matthew Theobald waves you over, having said your goodbyes.
Yep.
He says, a certain ghoul of mine will take you to the next place you need. There is a car waiting outside at the edges of these concrete dividers. Best of luck. As you know, I will be in touch. We will be in communication. This is a good thing.
Honestly, this is better than I'd hoped for a long time. So I mean it. Thank you.
I will summon you if needed.
Mm-hmm.
And what I will say each time that I do summon you, you will need to do that job. Obviously, there is no other version of that.
I understand.
But after that task is complete, you will have the opportunity to, shall we say, re-up. If you want me to protect the certificates, to protect the route, to keep everything legitimate for you, I can do so. And I will have the right to summon you again. But after that first summoning, if you wish to disappear into the night under your own auspices and not be bound to this town, when the time comes, if ever, You will be able to choose your own freedom. I don't believe in slavery.
Oh, wow. Oh. Wow. And she just holds out her hand to
he will shake
it. Wow.
So don't worry about this town too much.
I won't.
Don't wait for the call that, shall we say, may never come, but it may, and if it does, we will expect your answer. Goodbye. And he raises the hand, very classically aristocrat, and kisses the back of your hand, and then waves you.
All right.
Take the stairs. The elevator is fucked.
All right. Adieu.
And you make your way down. You go down the stairs. You move through this combat scene where you can see there are a number of officers that are being patched up who've received injuries. A couple of people are being carted out, taken towards the hospital, but they've also got ghoul blood just being pumped into them, even on site. You do see one body that is covered in a sheet, just laying on the ground. It's soaked, but they haven't gotten to it yet. So there was a cost to this. This wasn't...
Who was it? Can I see?
Do you want to lift up the sheet?
Yeah.
All right, you lift up the sheet. Can you roll me a d20?
So 2d10?
2d10 will work. Yeah,
Add them up.
Add them up.
4.
4. That was Vincent DeMarco, one of the daytime officers. You didn't know him well? Mm-mm. But he had no kids and he wasn't married. Not that that makes you feel any fucking better about the situation. He had a real dirty laugh, from the time that you'd spent here. He also liked gambling. Mm-hmm. He was a guy who was always up for the poker game through the whole thing. And he was the guy who remembered every debt. Or if he jokingly said that he owed you something, it always magically appeared on your desk and he never expected anything in return. You're pretty sure that the 2 different poker games that you attended, he lost on purpose. Because you were new and you were god-awful at poker.
Damn. Sorry, buddy. And she'll just put the sheet back down. There's nothing more to say.
No, and you make your way outside to the edge of the concrete dividers where there is a black tinted windowed SUV ready to go. You step inside and it begins to drive.
I need to pick up my dog.
The driver is a big, burly guy with sunglasses on, even though it's night.
Yeah.
Dressed in a suit, and he says, "I mean you there."
Okay. Wow. All right.
You drive for about 30 minutes. You're in the back seat, just getting to decompress after all of these changes. What's that car ride like for you?
Oh, just... Evangeline is so tired. Just like the constant stress and anxiety and pressure for the last, how long has it been? 10 months since she was embraced. She's just feeling that pretty hard. So she's just got her head against the window and is just kind of blankly watching the scenery go by and not thinking too much, just kind of letting her mind wander and be tired. Not thinking about what she's going to face.
Yeah. And you find yourself pulling up to a small independent airfield. It's got one runway. The chain link fence, the gate is opened by someone from the inside. And the SUV pulls into this along the asphalt road that leads up to the one hangar that is in this space. And inside is, as it pulls, instead of pulling up and letting it to walk in, the SUV just drives into this hangar through the front. And inside is a beautiful, small private jet that has been laid out. And then there is a second SUV that is parked somewhat behind it. The driver says, "All right, you're here. Get on out."
Okay. She awkwardly undoes her seatbelt, just like, okay, no more directions, and opens the door, steps out.
Yep.
Looks around uncertainly.
Closing the door behind you, the SUV just pulls away. And the other SUV's rear door opens, and Dr. Kate Holloway steps out
Oh, hey.
with Percy.
Oh, hey, Kate. Oh, Percy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, they sent me to drop him off for you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Sorry, I hope it wasn't too much of a trouble. Everything's been weird.
I volunteered. They were going to just take Percy, but I figured I'd come say
Thank you.
say goodbye. Realistically, so I understand you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not.
Yeah.
I had Theobald offered,
Really?
but I didn't want to tag around with you guys forever. And frankly, it sounds like this town might have a shot.
Yeah, it does.
New leadership, no pyramid. It's just there's something here that I think they think could be really good. And I mean, realistically, I'm running around with you until I get turned into a vampire. They kill me. Whereas if this New Haven thing works, maybe that can open up a little bit more. So I gotta stay and see this through to the end.
Yeah.
Maybe it means if they call you to come back and help, you aren't just going to bail out, knowing that it's my ass in the fire.
I can't bail out.
I know you pretty well. I almost guarantee you at some point you were thinking about this going, I might be able to get out of this altogether.
I mean, of course. Yeah. No, of course. Yeah. Yeah, of course.
But yeah, so I'll be there. Apparently, you're going to hop on this flight.
Okay.
I don't know where you're going. Nobody knows where you're going. Because
I assume someone's flying the plane. They know where I'm going. Okay. No, sorry. I'm sorry. Do you know what? It's been. I'm really tired.
I can tell.
I get what you're saying. Okay.
I could tell. Yeah. So they've got everything set up for you on the other end. Teddy's there.
Oh, he's there.
He's there.
He's there already.
He's there.
Okay.
He's been. I think they didn't know how this was going to go. I talked with him. There's a phone on the flight.
What?
You can pick it up and you can talk to him. He's having a rough time. He feels bad. He feels strong. They're going to set you guys up with Theobald's ghouls or whoever. They're going to teach him how to fight. They're going to teach him how to control himself. You're going to have help along the way.
Oh, fuck. Thank God. Okay.
Yeah. You two just get to sort out like your stuff. And I wish you the best with that because I think the biggest impediment in this relationship has always been that you were a vampire and he wasn't. That's off the table.
Yeah.
You're equals again.
Yeah.
So go be equals. Go be happy. You can sort that stuff out. You got time and you got no weird people hovering over your shoulder through the whole thing. So
Yeah.
have a good flight.
Thanks.
She'll give you a hug.
Yeah. Evangeline will immediately, move in to hug.
Is there anything you want me to tell anybody else back in town?
Just, yeah, if anyone asks, can you just say sorry I didn't have time to say goodbye and that it all happened fast? And
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of change. People get it.
yeah.
People get it. So climb on that jet. You, Percy, and Teddy. I don't think any of us ever thought this journey would end with somebody going off into the sunset, literally.
No.
Yeah, you got a lot of nights ahead of you. So I got to get back to town because it sounds like might be a little bit of a short-term shit fest.
Yeah. I think Theobald is good for his word.
Good. We're kind of committed.
Yeah.
All right, you got my number.
Yeah, and
I'm not going to have yours. I think
no,
it's a
you're not.
Theobald
I was
thing.
just
Yeah,
thinking
no,
about it
you're
for a
gonna have my
second, and
number.
I'll have your and I'll
Pick up
yeah.
a burner, chuck it, we'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll talk to you when I talk to you, and just take care, and yeah, see you around.
Yeah. She turns and walks back to her SUV as you climb into the plane. It's got the traditional Hollywood movie interior. There are 4 chairs, though you only take one of them. Mm-hmm. Percy can sit opposite you or in one of the other chairs or hang out on the ground or go in your lap, wherever you need. And there is an in-flight phone that is sitting in front of you. And you can see there's a Post-it note next to it with a number that just says Teddy. And your flight begins taxiing. And you realize there are conversations to be had. There are things you are leaving behind, but there are things that you are flying towards. And for the first time, despite all of the marriage challenges and the challenge that you are both vampires now, you aren't going to be living under the Camarilla. This time taught you how to be a vampire, how to talk to vampires, how to get past vampires, how to start negotiating with yourself. And at the end, you get to go back to a life. And that's when you remember when you were almost sinking into vampirism, when you were losing your humanity as you continue and you look at your reflection, you realize in your reflection, you look more like a person than you did then. And if the job isn't going to corrupt you, because there is no job, could you make the rest of your way back to humanity?
She just closes her eyes and just deep exhale.
And you take off. Meanwhile, back in New Haven, Matthew Theobald leads you, Everett, back into the room with Val and closes the door.
Clearly, this is a time of great change for this city and this department. There will be a window that occurs now for us to unify this town. It was never intended to have these dangers presented from within. The Pyramid 2.0, the right hand of Lilith, Victor Toastarosa. These are all things that threatened all of us from the interior, and it's why the clans are so fractured, demanding things, fearing things, like they were trapped with their own leg, gnawing it off as they continue. We need to bring this town together. I need you to rebuild this department. You will need more officers, obviously. Yeah. It's a time for new faces and old to step up and be a part of this. And there is danger coming. There will be a lull. We are in the eye of the storm. But for me to step out of the shadows to take over this town should allow you to know how dangerous things are from the outside. I'm losing agents. I'm losing resources. Things are getting very bad. We will need a unified front to keep this town safe because there are bigger enemies from the outside. I will be able to expend the tools, the pieces I have to keep things calm for now. But I'm losing them. I have a grand web that is being pulled apart one strand at a time, and it means we need to be able to build a fortress here, because when you build a fortress, you prepare for war, and if they besiege you and you do not have the tools, you will die. I want you to be yourselves. I want you to be the people that you need to be, and I want you to realize that we have weaknesses we may not have considered entirely. Toastarosa threatened the ones that you loved, those that have been around. I will protect you. I will protect you from those weaknesses. I will handle the press. I will bring the mortals around in this town. I can take care of the big picture. The small picture may live with you for a little bit. When I'm in town, I will stay in the appartement at the top of your station. I believe it is the safest position for me to be when I'm here. I won't even tell you where I sleep. No one needs to know that. That sounds very dangerous. Do you have any question for me about this future?
What do you know that's coming?
The cult is growing stronger. They are playing games beyond the petty assaults they have done here. They are beginning to align themselves. In my belief, it will be playing a game with the Camarilla and the Sabbat to play all sides against the middle. They are becoming formidable, and thus they need to be negotiated with. In Calgary, the balance is reaching a tipping point. When one side gains victory, then they will come for us. We are also a town. What an interesting idea. I've only said we in regards to my own organization for so long, and now we is so many people. We are too large to not draw the attention of the Second Inquisition. This will happen, and when they find us, we will all die, which means we need to be proactive in that regard. Every major threat in the supernatural world, they will come for us. We have been anonymous, we have been surrounded, our enemies have been disorganized, our enemies have not had any political cohesion. That is happening. Things are changing in Montreal. Things are changing in Toronto. Things are changing here. Things are changing in Vancouver. Sheriff, right now, we can see the cloud on the horizon. The cloud is dark. The cloud is growing close. I could face it alone, or I could face it with you. I made the choice to come here. Prove me right.
Yes, sir.
I have something for both of you. I know I mentioned that there were weaknesses that I would protect you from. Sheriff, I believe the concrete barricades are being removed. If you would go downstairs, you can see the gift for you is being delivered. It may not feel like a gift at this time, but know that I'm protecting you and it is necessary.
All right.
You are dismissed.
And Everett will kind of like about face and walk out into the hall. And just the nagging thought of like the last gift or gesture was being face to face with Jocelyn St. James. Mm-hmm. And that, just the first time it became apparent that Matthew Theobald is not omniscient, does not know all things about everyone. So just wondering, like, why does he think I'm gonna react this way to whatever this is? Like, it's just niggling at him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he takes the stairs because the elevator's fucked.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And you make your way downstairs and out front. And you can see that a number of the concrete dividers have already been moved by Bruja, who just shoved them over until they will get removed by a Bruja construction crew, undoubtedly, once this is done. And you can see a black SUV is driving down the road towards you and pulls up and stops in front of you. Meanwhile, upstairs, Val, Matthew Theobald turns to you and says, Val Miller, my people have discovered what could be a weakness either used against you as a weapon or because you have emotions inside you that you may not recognize. We can figure out what you want to do. This will be entirely up to you. And he takes out a tablet and he types in a password to show you something. Everett, down at the front of this building, the back doors of the SUV open up and two figures step out that you never in your wildest dreams ever thought you would see in New Haven. Boy, haven't seen you in a long time.
Dad?
I can't wait to hear all the things you've been doing at this exciting job of yours.
Theobald.
The Fry family have come to New Haven. And upstairs, as he punches in the password and turns the tablet over to you, Val, you see a grainy image from a security camera inside an interrogation cell where a man is sitting in a chair with his hands tied behind his back. And he looks up into the camera, and you are shocked to see the face of your biological father, who you haven't seen in 40 years, but who doesn't seem to have aged a single day since the last time you saw him.
Fuck, I thought he was dead.
We can make that happen if that is what you wish.
This episode of Canada by Night features the voices of Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, and Laura Hamstra, alongside storyteller Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra. Canada by Night's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC.com. And our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR. All of their music is available at freemusicarchive.org. Canada by Night is a spin-off of the Dum-Dums and Dice series Blood and Syrup. If you want to hear about what happened to Everett before he came to New Haven, look for Blood and Syrup anywhere podcasts can be found. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. Sleep well, my kindred. Sleep well in this world of darkness.
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Mithrian, Garbo Ape, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Dragonfly, The Body Barrelers, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Beef Not Cheese, Kai Koa, Squire Solaire, Sandy Sassy Pants, Adam, Amira Lockhart, James Molina, Nick Hemsing, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.